morning, boys and girls. Thank you for joining me this morning for our story alive. I wish I could be with you in person, but I enjoy joining you this way too. I hope you're all starting to have some summer fun. I know some of you have been camping. We saw Braden and Caitlin up here recently when they were camping in Jarvis Bay, and that reminded me how much I miss you all. So I hope you are having some fun. So our story this morning is called Jesus and Mary and Martha. And I think you've all heard this story before, but let's see how this storybook tells it. This is found in the book of Luke in the Bible. Here's Martha. Make the beds, clean the house, sweep the dirty floor. Martha's getting ready. Is that Jesus at the door? Shop for the groceries, bake the bread, set the table. Martha's getting ready. Jesus, is that you? Martha's sister Mary is getting ready too. When Jesus comes to visit, she knows just what she will do. Here's Jesus and his disciples. Welcome to our home, they say. Come in and find a seat. While Martha's in the kitchen, Mary sits at Jesus' feet. Listening to Jesus is what Mary wants to do. He tells her such amazing things, things she never knew. Sister Mary is getting angry. Why, this just isn't fair, she says. Tell Mary she must help me, says Martha with a glare. Martha, you're so busy. You're feeling worried too. But Mary just wants to listen. And that's an important thing to do, says Jesus. Here. I think this story tells us a couple of things. I think it tells us that it's important to listen to the stories of Jesus, and it also tells us that sisters and brothers and friends don't always think the same way about what's the most important thing to do at an occasion or how to think about it. But that's okay too, because we're all unique, aren't we? So let's say a short prayer together, and then I'll show you how to do a craft to remember this story. Dear Jesus, thank you for the stories in the Bible. Help us all to be good listeners. Amen. So our craft this morning doesn't need too many things from you. A little bit of cardboard if you have it, a pair of scissors, some yarn, and some stickers. So what you're going to make is a bookmark with a tassel on it. And the bookmark you can place in your family Bible or any of your favorite books. And the bookmark is just to help you remember to listen, like Mary was listening to Jesus. So the first thing you do is to cut a shape out for your bookmark. I just did a simple rectangle, but you can do any shape you want, as long as it's rather tall and skinny, I guess, to fit in your book. Some of you might want to do a tree, or a building, or a person. And then you can punch a hole in the top. You might have a hole punch at home, and if not, you can use a pencil or a pen with the help of your mom and dad to make a hole. And then you decorate it with stickers, or you can write on it with markers, whatever you like for decorations. I know some of you are very creative at drawing. So the hardest part of this craft is to do the tassel. And it's really not that hard. You know, if I can do it, it can't be that hard. So you can use 2 different colors of yarn, or 1. It doesn't really matter. And the first thing you do is cut a piece about this long. That's going to be the tie that attaches to your bookmark. And you lay that across your hands. And I will use 3 fingers, but depending on how small your fingers are, you may want to use 4 fingers. You may want to get your moms or dads to help you hold the yarn while you wrap it. So you take the yellow piece and you just start wrapping it around the other long piece that's in your hand, because that's going to be your tie. And so you just go around like this a few times until you think it's thick enough to make a nice fluffy tassel. And if my instructions aren't good enough for you to remember or understand, you can always go on YouTube, which is what I did to figure out how to make a tassel. That's probably plenty thick. And then you snip that off. And you take your blue tie. Whoops. And you tie it at the top. Like that, so it doesn't all fall apart. Whoopsie. Told you about my talent for crafts. Like that. And then, see where you have all this thickness? You put your fingers in again. Just be very careful. And you cut the ends. And then you take another short piece and you tie it around the top to make kind of the bump at the top of your tassel. Tie that in a knot. Like that. And you clip those ends. There you go. And then you're just going to tie this to the hole that's in the top. And here's your tassel. All right, boys and girls, that's it for today. I hope you tune in next week to Story Alive, and I hope you stay healthy and safe. Bye for now.